Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to our second video on the footwork series, and this is continuing on from the last video about the split step and the first movement from the tee. So don't look at me like I'm a bit of a traitor and I'm holding a tennis ball. This is going to be a very valuable tool for you as squash players. So I discussed about the mechanics of the split step in the last video, and I thought it's going to be very useful to give you guys and girls back at home a little tip that exercise you can do on your own to help develop the split step movement, but then to a certain moment to help with the timing and the balance as well. So tennis balls are great tools because they give a bit more bounce, but they still allow us to have a point of reference for our movement. As I've discussed in other videos, the optimum moment to hit a squash ball is when it gets to the highest point of its bounce. It's like a zero gravity moment. Of course, you can play around with that moment if you want to be deceptive or more creative, but this is genuinely the best moment to arrive and hit the ball. Not too early, not too late. So what I'm going to do is use this tennis ball. I'm going to basically throw the ball against the front wall and coordinate my split step movement with the correct timing to arrive in a good lunge and balance position at the highest point of the bounce of the tennis ball. Now, the throwing aspect is really important because obviously I can throw it really high, I can throw it really hard, softly. So there's ways you can play around with it, but actually also it does mean that you need to have a bit of control yourself over the ball, because if you throw it super hard, it's just coming straight back to you. So try and make sure you throw the ball further enough distance so that you at least have a couple of steps to move towards it. And as you get better, you can challenge yourself a lot more. So let's have a look at the exercise. I'm going to do it into the front of the court. I'm right-handed, so the ball's going to stay in my right hand. But to be honest, you can catch with left or right hand. I would say it's better to practice coordinating catching with your right hand if you're a right-handed player and left-handed if you're a left-handed player. But alternating the hand you catch with is just increasing your coordination on both sides of the body. So realistically, it's actually going to improve your movement still, but to be more specific, most of the time it would be best to catch with your playing hand, okay? Although I do think both are useful, okay? So in this nice organized T position, hips shoulder width apart, nice and tall over my toes, I'm going to take the ball into my hand. I'm going to throw it onto the front wall, nice and softly. Once I throw and see where the ball's going, I use that split step. I catch the ball at the highest point of the bounce and balance. Okay, I'm going to throw it the other side this time. Catch, back to the tee. Organize myself on the tee. Throw, drop, go, catch, and back. There's one with the left hand, just to mix it up. This one I'm going to throw a lot lower, so the increase or boost that I need from my split step movement is going to be much greater. And you can see it then brings me balance as I get into the lunge. So if I use that energy and that initiation at the beginning from my feet, in that drop and go aspect, I can then decelerate as I get to the ball, which is absolutely great when I want to be in a decent balanced lunge. Let's do a couple more. It's important to make sure you throw the ball first and then move, because then you can judge where the ball's heading to, where you need to move to. Last couple. Loading the ball of the foot, like I said, making sure that ankle's nice and stiff. Finding that optimum range and distance between my feet. This exercise can also be done with no bounce, as if you were volleying. So you can start a little bit closer to the front wall. Okay, it's a great little exercise for you to help practice on your own if you don't have a coach or a friend to do it with you. It's also just as successful for a friend to be feeding the ball in a similar way to what I was just doing to myself then. good luck with it. I'd love to hear some comments on how you go. Cheers, guys.